Club Europe is a supplier of custom teamwear for grassroots sport in the UK. It has global ambitions and has a digital platform with integrated AI. For more on the business, I am delighted to be joined by the Chief Operating Officer, Graham Anderson. So Graham, grassroots sport in the UK, what are we referencing here? Football, netball, any team sport, individual sports?
Yeah, actually, so you've named a couple of the bigger ones: football, netball, rugby, hockey, cricket. You name it, if there's a ball involved and it's teamwear, then we're involved with it. So 70% of our business revolves around football, but we're really growing in our product range across rugby, netball, basketball, cricket, hockey. But also we're supplying some of the newer and more niche sports. So things like shinty up in Scotland, or e-games where all the kids are playing now, foot golf, and something called flyball, which is dogs running around over obstacles, but then mums and dads want to look cool in some great kit as well. So if it's got a ball involved, a frisbee involved, we're pretty much involved as well.
So I'm wondering what it is that you are offering MyClub customers apart from comfort to mum and dad.
We specialise in something called sublimated custom teamwear, and we do that across, as I've hinted, at a multitude of sports at a really competitive price. What sublimation allows you as a team is to have your own unique, bespoke, custom design with unlimited choices of colours, logos, names, numbers, all of that at one competitive price. So really what it allows is those grassroots sports teams, there's 150,000 registered ones in the country, that unique opportunity to have something that they wouldn't be able to get 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, so they can look like professional teams. We also have different ranges, so we have a standard range, which for most people is what they want. It gives them that unique ability to design their own kit, or more of an elite range, which has different features. And very soon we're bringing out an eco range as well.
Okay, and all of this is done on your integrated platform. So how many clubs or customers are using your platform, and what's the growth rate like in the customer base using your platform?
Yeah, so you're right. People come to us. We're a custom tech business, really. So it's all done online. People can come to us and design their own kit, or our team can design it for them. We started the business 3 years ago. Since then, we've worked with 5,000 customers just within the UK. Our growth rate has been tremendous, but really we're only touching the surface of what the UK market's like, let alone the world. So if you think about it, there's 150,000 registered sports clubs in the country. Most of them have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 teams all playing in kit. There's 50,000 unregistered teams. So that could be your guys playing in the pub dart team or your five-side football team at your own company. There's 30,000 schools out there, 10,000 universities. What unites all of those? They all need kit. So that's what we provide.
And within those 3 years, you've already achieved some milestones. I'm thinking about the partnership with Decathlon, which gives MyClub customers access to a full kit online emporium. So what do you get out of that? Is it fabulous marketing exposure or a bit of commission?
Well, actually, we do everything for Decathlon. So essentially, they're the marketing arm of us. So we make their kit for them, but actually they advertise us in store online as the Decathlon Club partnership. Then the lead comes into us. We make the kit as we do our own kit. So we give them all the options, the design options, the club name, the logos, the design, etc. We then actually pay Decathlon a commission. We take the money and pay them a commission at the end of it. So essentially you can look at them as a marketing arm of us in this sense. But what we did really on this is, we've worked with them since May 2023, is we give them the opportunity to offer their customers the bespoke custom kit design that they can't do themselves. They actually went through a big procurement operation before they hired us. They did some blind testing of our own kit, bought off from us, etc. And the reason they chose us was quality of our kit first and foremost. The kit has to stand up to what it does. The competitive pricing, our ability to really be agile, which actually a bigger company can't do. So if they get an order for 20 shirts, on their standard range, they can't do that. With us, they can. But really, it was technology that also really drew them to us. So our CRM system, our website, our kit builder, the analytics that drive behind it, what that allowed was Decathlon to have real-time view on their business and that we operate on their behalf. What this really gives from MyClub is a unique opportunities. We're working with the largest sports retailer in the world, both here in the UK, and as we look to expand overseas, we'll obviously look to expand that partnership as well.
Okay, because you've obviously created this agile proof of concept. So my next question is, will other partnerships or affiliations be introduced into the business?
We're actually working with a couple of smaller kind of interesting brands as well, where again, we offer them our services to make their kit, almost like an Intel Inside, I think you could look at it as. So one is a small hockey brand that specialises in hockey sticks and the rest of the gear that goes around hockey, the padding, etc. But we actually make their teamwear for them. Another one is a small brand that started about 3 years ago, specialising in the uni market, and actually again, we make their kit for them. So those are a couple of small ones, but we're also in talks with a very large global footwear supplier that actually is in the sports arena, but not in the sports apparel arena. We're already making a number of different bits for them for marketing and branding, and we're really hoping to formalise a proper partnership at the back end of this year, which again will take us to another level.
You're obviously very proud of your tech. It's AI-driven, AI-enabled. So do you have a stellar team of software engineers, or has the AI become self-learning or self-adapting yet?
Yes, I'm not quite sure it's at that stage yet. We have a brilliant team led by our CTO, Alfonso, who's 25 years within this area, mainly as well in kind of consumer-focused branding, which is really important, I think, to understand how the consumer interacts. But really, we've been looking at AI and integrating into our front and our back end over the last kind of year or so. And over the last 3 months, we've actually brought 2 specialists in. What that's allowing us to do is streamline our processes, service more customers more efficiently, and ultimately deliver more profit to the bottom line. There's a couple of amazing projects they're working on. One is about actually integrating AI into our factory supply chain, making sure that we're getting the best price from the best factories with the best product, and doing that through the AI system. And the other was a unique marketing opportunity that's bringing potential sponsors to clubs. So helping those grassroots clubs get money into their system. So yeah, we're really proud of the AI and the tech. It really does drive our business.
So speaking about money, I'm just wondering what your biggest expense is. Is it the specialists? Is it the AI developers? Or is it the shoe leather that you're going through as you market the business?
Well, we are an online business first and foremost. So people come to us either through SEO, word of mouth. So actually marketing is our biggest expense, followed by the investment into the IT system. So the IT system is really important. We currently work with thousands of clubs at any one time, from lead to factory to actually delivering the product. The IT system has to back that up, the AI, etc. So we've invested a lot of time and money into that to make sure that we are ready and primed for substantial growth, both here in the UK and overseas.
I like the way that you say we and our, and you've already flagged up Alfonso for his brilliance. But I want to know a little bit about you, Graham. You know, what's your skill set and why are you with the company?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm very much a we person. I think actually I come from a background of loving team sport, and I believe that a great company is about the culture and about creating a great team. Personally, from a business point of view, I've been involved in sport for 30 years. I have done everything from marketing through to business development, through to factory, kind of going into factories and looking at them and making sure they're fit for purpose, to product development. I've worked for people like UEFA, Adidas, but I guess in terms of what I do now, my biggest kind of role was I was head of football for Nike UK, so I really understand that the sales through to the consumer process. From a sports point of view, yeah, I was a keen but not very good rugby player, and I guess I'm now a sports geek that will watch pretty much everything, either on the touchline, watching my son play, or on telly.
Okay, so you understand the highs and the lows of sport. So let's use a metaphor. Let's compare your business to an elite athlete. They have a shelf life, don't they? So in terms of aspirations for your business, what's the shelf life, or what's going to occur within the business model?
Yeah, I think we are very much at the beginning of our journey. So I think if you looked at us as an athlete, you would look at us as a raw, with loads of potential and up and coming. So our goal really is to be the number one teamwear provider in the UK. But more than that, we're actually looking to go overseas as well. So we have big plans to go into the EU later this year, and then expand across the globe over the next couple of years.
So right at the beginning of our conversation, you talked about the size of the market in the UK. I'm just wondering what the size of the market is globally, and how much of that you could possibly commandeer within your wildest dreams.
Well, if I start with the UK, the UK business, sportswear business, is estimated to be about £16 billion and growing about 5% year on year. But within that, the teamwear business is what we specialise in, is about £2 billion. Now, we will look to turn over about 2.4 million this year. So if you put that in perspective, we're less than 0.5% of the teamwear market here. So there's massive potential here. But when you look at our first three markets we're looking to expand into, which are France, Germany and Spain, they are equal in size to the UK. So we have equal opportunity there. So we believe that actually we are very much at the very beginning of our journey, and there's a great way to go. And that's not even touching on America, which tends to be about 10, 15 times the size of the European market. So there's loads and loads of potential for us out there.
Okay, so my final question is, what you're talking about, the blue sky thinking and the opportunities, but what will investors hear about from a tangible point of view? What, before the end of 2025, what do you hope to share with shareholders?
Well, I think from our point of view, we will be looking at 80% year-on-year growth. So just within the UK, we'll be looked to have launched in the EU. So we'll have our first three markets live. So that's really important to us. And in fact, I can share that we had a couple of orders through from Italy yesterday, which isn't even on our first year's schedule. But people are beginning to find out about us in Europe. And because there isn't really that much competition in Europe, they're coming to the UK to solve their problems. So you'll find that we will hope that we have this other partnership over the line. And we hope that we'll have a continuing, growing and consumer-focused business that actually, if you look at our Trustpilot review, which I always feel is important, we get a Trustpilot review of 4.9 out of 5. So what that really means, and this is the most important thing, is that consumers love what we do. And if consumers love what we do, they'll come back to us and they'll also tell their friends and other teammates about it. So that's what we hope for the rest of this year, with plans and a great growth plan for the next couple of years as well.
And I think that you love what you do as well. Thank you very much, Graham Anderson, Chief Operating Officer of MyClub Europe. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for your time. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.